Okay, so here is the meat and potatoes, as Mr. Larson likes to say, of the graphing method of systems. So what we want to do is be able to graph each line and find out where they intersect. The thing that we have to remember is if we don't get a good intersection, the graphing method's not good. The problems I give you right now are going to graph very well. I'm going to start out here with the 6x plus 3y equals 3. In order to graph these, we're going to get them in slope-intercept form. So I need to get the y by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And we'll get 3y equals negative 6x plus 3. Oh, that's not a very good 3. All right, to finish that equation off, we're going to divide every term, not just the one thing, but all of them by 3. In which case the 3's cancel. Y equals, I have negative 6 over 3 is going to reduce to negative 2 over 1. Remember, this is our slope, so we want to leave it as a fraction, even though we could turn it into a whole number. Now over here, we said the 3's cancel because we still had a y. Here the 3's cancel, but we have to leave something, and 3 divided by 3 is just the number 1. Now, as I go to graph this, I'm going to start with my y-intercept at 1. Okay, so I'm starting right here. And now I'm going to go negative 2, which remember is down, and then we always go right. Down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, and I'll work my way backwards, and we'll get something like this. All right, now for the orange equation. The orange equation, we got one less step because there's no, well, it's going to be the same number of steps because we're going to be dividing by a negative. We'll subtract x from both sides. If you can do this on your own, see if you can put it in slope-intercept form without me, but if not, no big deal. I got negative y minus x minus 7. Now remember, we have to get y by itself. Some people are like, oh, it's by itself, but we have a negative sign there. So we have to imagine that there's a negative 1 right here. So what we're going to do is divide by negative 1 everywhere. When I'm done with this, negative by a negative is a positive. Negative by a negative is a positive. But I'm going to leave the numbers in front of there just so we remember what our slope is. Now, a negative by a positive is also a positive. Or negative by a negative is another positive. So we're going to start at 7. All right. So I'm going up 7. So I'm right here. And we go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Because of the slope. Up and right. Now, if I do that, I'm like, oh, they don't meet. Well, if I work backwards, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, I'll find my line goes this way. And now my solution is going to be the point where they intersect. So it's at negative 2, we're left 2, and we're up 5. This is our goal. This is what we've been working for, is to find this point. I'm going to have you guys try this next one here and see if you can do it without me. So pause your video once I give you this problem here and see if you can do this one on your own. All right. All right, so we're back. Hopefully you got the same answer I have when I'm done. I'm going to subtract the x. If you notice, this one is very similar to the last one we did, except it's a negative 1. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I will get negative y is equal to negative x minus 1. And just like the last problem, there's a 1 there, so we're going to divide everything by a negative 1. And all these negatives by negatives end up being positive. 1 divided by 1 is 1. We get 1 over 1, and we get y. So we're going to start at 1. Oh, remember, this is my orange equation. I'm going to rewrite in orange. Y equals 1 over 1, x plus 1. Start up 1, we go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, and so on. So it's going to do this. And it could keep going backwards if I need to. All right, so that's our orange line. Now we're going to work on our brown one. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. I will get negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 2. All right. At this point, we have to get rid of that -2. So I'm going to divide everything by -2. We got to be careful with signs. The -2's cancel. Negative by negative is positive. And 4 divided by 2 is 2, but I want to leave it as a fraction for my slope. So this will be up, and this will be right. Now here's where people are going to make a mistake. We're going to go +2 divided by -2 is a -1. So that is my y-intercept. So we're starting at -1. And now we're going up 2, right 1. So up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. These two are very steep. They do end up intersecting, you can see, at this point right here. So our solution to the problem is 2, 3. All right, this will get you through Chapter 2, Section 3, Day 1.